Hello guys, on today's episode we want to show you practically on things you are supposed to do before hatching. We call it pond preparation. When you want to hatch, there are things you are supposed to do. First of all, before hatching, things must be in place like your pond preparation, your equipment preparations, and a whole lot of that. Just basically preparation. That's what we want to show you today. Basically preparation. It does not include food stock selection. Basically, you're supposed to prepare your hatchery room right before you hatch, that is before you spawn. So stay tuned. That's what we'll be showing you practically right now. So guys, number one thing you're supposed to do is your pond preparation. That is, you need to wash your pond. You need to thoroughly disinfect your pond. If not, when you hatch the newly hatched ones inside, if there are bacteria and other harmful organisms in that pond, all of them will die after hatching. So number one thing you need to do is to prepare your pond. And the way you prepare your pond is, you can come and show this. This is what the pond looks like right now. So you first of all do what we call first washing, right? After doing what we call first washing, by first of all washing it. First of all washing the pond, right? So after the first washing all of this dirt away, it doesn't stop there. After the first washing all this dirt away, you will now like rinse it with salt. So that is what this salt is for. So you're going to rinse this particular pond with salt. And you can as well get industrial salt, right? This is more effective. The concentration is more high, right? So you can use this for your disinfectant. So after washing, doing what we call the first washing, then you use this industrial salt to rinse it. Just sprinkle it on the body. Don't worry, we're going to show you that practically, and you're going to rinse it. So let's wait for the first washing, then we'll use the salt. We are done with the first washing, right? And now what we want to do now is to disinfect this particular pond with salt. Like I told you, you can use industrial salt. So you see how we're doing it. We just sprinkle the salt all through the pond, right? Sprinkle around the pond. Then you can use the sponge to brush it through. Then after that, you rinse it, and that's all. So stay with us while we do all this together practically. So you can see we have thoroughly run through the entire pond, making sure that we rinse it with salt, right? Then the next thing is to just rinse with water, let the water out, and you are done for pond preparation. So after the pond preparation, the next thing will be disinfecting all your materials that you'll be using for hatching with salt as well. Like this bowl, this one we use to collect the eggs, right? And this one too, if the eggs are much, we use this too to collect the eggs. This spoon is what we use to gently mix the eggs, right? Or to collect some droppings of the eggs. So we use this particular spoon. There is a reason why we are using rubber spoon actually. If you use iron spoon, it can break some of your eggs, and that broken ones will eventually corrupt the remaining eggs and you may not get a better result, right? So this as well is going to be, everything you're using will be disinfected with salt and water. We use salt and water basically. So you disinfect this, you disinfect this particular spoon. Sometimes we use this cup to collect the milk, but not always. We disinfect this particular one as well. We disinfect this bowl as well. We are going to disinfect this bowl. So this is entirely everything we use. And the process for this one is just simple. Adding that same quantity of salt you see inside this water and washing everything inside the water. Basically that is it. So these are the things you are supposed to do before you hatch, as pond preparation before you hatch, right? So when we are done with disinfecting everything we need to use, like all of this one, the next thing we'll do is this guy as well, this counterbalance. We're going to disinfect this like thoroughly. We'll disinfect this counterbalance. The same thing, wash this net with salt water, wash the pipes, everything with salt water. That is how to disinfect this counterbalance. So after you must have disinfected everything, this net, all your materials and all, then you pour water inside the pond, right? You pour water inside the pond and raise it up to a level. Don't worry, we'll be showing you all of that practically today. Stay tuned. I will be showing you everything you need to know to become successful in hatching. So now guys, we are done with pond preparation. That means we have thoroughly washed the pond, and also this net has to be disinfected, which it has already. We have disinfected this particular net already, right? Then the next thing is to open water for this particular pond. Then you lock your outlet. You lock your outlet, you open water for it, and you have your counterbalance net inside, right? You have your counterbalance net inside. You raise the water up to this level, just up to this level, right? So when the water is raised, normally you raise the water before you put this net, but if you want, you can put this net as well. When the water is raised, the net will come up to this level, right? Up to this level. Then you do your outlet. There is a way you fix it professionally. My manager will discuss about that one, how to professionally construct your outlet in a very good, efficient way. So he's going to talk about it and he will explain how to, fix all of that.
So this is the net that you put inside the pond. So the first thing you do, you get your net with a small match hole. You make sure that the mesh of this net, the flies cannot pass through it when they hatch. So you make sure that the hole of the net is small enough that flies will not pass through it. So then you wrap it around your pipe. The pipe you would have already made holes in the pipe that water can pass through. Some people use sodium iron to perforate the pipe. Here we use salt to cut it. Anyway you do it's fine. Then you wrap it around and use rubber band to hold the net around the pipe so that your fish will not go out with the water. So the net, you place the seed. Most people call it screen. You place the screen inside your outlet hole so that anytime you release water, the water will just be going out slowly, gently, and your fly will be inside the pond, will not flow out. So that's how to arrange it.
So guys, that is all that you need to do as a pre-preparation before hatching. These are all the things you need to do first of all before you even start hatching your fish, right? So you do all of these things before you start hatching. And if today is your first time on this channel, today is your first time seeing me, or you have been here and you never subscribe to this channel, please do so. Subscribe to this channel and turn on your notification bell so that whenever we post educational content like this, you can get notified and you go watch it. And if you're seeing this on TikTok or other social media, please do well to follow us, like the video or the post as well to your timeline, because I'm sure there are a lot of persons on your timeline that might be interested in getting professional tips like this on catfish farming, which will be helpful to them. So let's help ourselves so we can remain profitable in this particular business. Thank you and see you another day.